NBA still fears Warriors' Stephen Curry as best American player, a fear that won't fade. The Golden State Warriors are just weeks away from opening the 2025-26 season, but the conversation surrounding them isn't about new signings, blockbuster trades, or dramatic coaching changes. It's about Stephen Curry and the fact that, even at age 37, he remains the one player executives, coaches, and scouts admit they fear the most. In a league brimming with young, athletic, and marketable stars, Curry stands apart. Not because he's the most explosive or dominant physically, but because he's built a game on skill, discipline, and influence so powerful it has reshaped modern basketball. And now, as he enters his 17th season, the NBA has spoken once again, is still the best American player alive. The poll that defines a generation. In a recent survey conducted by ESPN's Tim Bontemps, NBA executives and scouts weighed in on who they believed was the best American player heading into 2025-26. The candidates were clear. Anthony Edwards, the 24-year-old Timberwolves star who just helped Team USA reclaim Olympic gold. Jason Tatum, a proven champion with Boston, sidelined for the year with a torn Achilles. Jimmy Butler, Curry's new teammate in Golden State, known for his playoff heroics. Kawhi Leonard, still dangerous but inconsistent due to injuries. And yet, the consensus leaned toward Stephen Curry. One Eastern Conference scout summed it up best: "He's still the guy who scares me most." This wasn't just a throwaway compliment. It was an acknowledgement that even with Edwards ascending, Tatum sidelined, and Curry's age showing, the fear factor remains tied to the Warriors' guard. Revisiting Curry's legacy, the revolution nobody saw coming. When Curry entered the league in 2009, few imagined he would become the face of a basketball revolution. Early years, 2009-2012, plagued by ankle injuries, Curry was seen more as a gamble than a guaranteed star. The breakout, 2013-2014, his rise to stardom began with his long-range shooting, shocking defenses who had never game-planned for a guard pulling up from 30 feet. The dynasty, 2015-2019, 2 MVP awards, including the first-ever unanimous MVP in 2016, cemented Curry as the league's most influential player. Alongside Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, he turned Golden State into a dynasty, winning 3 titles in 4 years. The redemption, 2020-2022 injuries and roster turnover led many to believe the Warriors' era was over. But in 2022, Curry carried Golden State to a 4th title and claimed the Finals MVP that had eluded him, silencing critics who questioned his legacy. The veteran era, 2023, now more selective, less explosive, but still lethal. Curry's game has evolved into one of leadership, patience, and timely dominance. By 2025, his resume reads like something out of a basketball fairy tale: 4 championships, 2 MVPs, 8 All-NBA selections, and the unquestioned crown of greatest shooter in history. Statistical dominance that defies age. At 37, Curry's numbers aren't what they were in his peak MVP years. But even in decline, his production is staggering compared to peers. Career averages: 24.7 points, 6.4 assists, 4.7 rebounds, 42.7% from 3. 2024-25 season: 25.3 points per game, 41% from 3, and a top 10 player efficiency rating despite nagging ankle issues. Clutch splits: since 2015, Curry has led the NBA in total clutch time 3-pointers by a wide margin. Ray Allen, once considered the best shooter ever, hit 2,973 career threes. Curry surpassed 4,800 last season, and counting. Reggie Miller, a pioneer of long-range shooting, never averaged more than 19.5 points in a season. Curry has done so 12 times. The numbers tell a simple story. Even slowed by time, Curry remains in a category of his own. Why Curry still scares coaches? 1. Unmatched gravity. Curry forces defenses to abandon traditional principles. Traps at half-court, double teams 30 feet from the basket, bigs dragged into space, they all happen because of him. 2. Endurance and movement. While younger stars rely on bursts of athleticism, Curry runs defenders ragged. He averages more miles covered per game than almost any star in his age bracket. 3. Mental edge. Having faced every defensive scheme imaginable, he knows how to exploit each one. You can't surprise him anymore. 4. Clutch killer. His playoff highlight reel is full of soul-crushing shots: the 2019 Rockets dagger, the 2022 Finals against Boston, and countless fourth-quarter flurries. Rivals speak: the respect factor. Over the years, rivals have openly admitted the unique terror Curry brings. LeBron James, 2016. You have to guard him from the locker room. Kevin Durant, 2022. There's nobody like him. Nobody. Damian Lillard, 2023. You can't prepare for the way he moves off the ball. That's the hardest part. Even now, younger stars like Anthony Edwards acknowledge Curry's presence. Edwards may want the crown, but he admits he studies Curry's off-ball movement daily. The Warriors' situation: can Curry carry them again? The 2025-26 Warriors are not the juggernaut they once were. Jimmy Butler partnership. Butler's addition provides grit and leadership, but at 36, he isn't the long-term answer. Jonathan Kuminga question: the Warriors still haven't unlocked Kuminga's potential. Trade rumors swirl, but time is running out. Draymond Green's decline. Once the defensive engine, Green is struggling with age and injuries. Klay Thompson's exit, losing his longtime splash brother, marked the end of an era. In short, Golden State is relying heavily on Curry to mask glaring flaws. Curry versus Anthony Edwards, the passing of the torch. The biggest storyline in this poll isn't just that Curry won, it's that Anthony Edwards was close behind. Edwards is young, dynamic, and plays with a ferocity Curry never did. He led Team USA in the Olympics and has been compared to a young Michael Jordan, but he hasn't yet proven himself in deep playoff runs. The poll suggests a torch is being passed, but not yet fully. Curry still owns the fear factor. Edwards is still building it. Cultural impact. Curry beyond the court. It's impossible to overstate Curry's cultural influence. Youth basketball courts worldwide are filled with kids hoisting deep threes before learning proper layups. Analytics era, teams now emphasize pace and space, three-point volume, and efficiency because of Curry. Global popularity is as recognizable globally as LeBron, Messi, or Federer. Crossover appeal. From golf tournaments to endorsements, Curry has become a household brand. When an athlete changes how the game is played at every level, their legacy outlives their stats. What the future holds. Retirement timeline. Curry has hinted he wants to play until 40. That gives him 3 more seasons to chase a 5th title. Warriors or elsewhere. If Golden State fades, could he pull a late career move elsewhere? Some speculate about Charlotte, his hometown team. Post-career, coaching, ownership, or a media presence seem inevitable. Imagine Curry mentoring the next generation of sharpshooters. Conclusion: the fear that endures. Stephen Curry isn't the fastest, tallest, or strongest player anymore. He's not even the most statistically dominant at this stage. But fear isn't always rational. It's based on memory, scars, and lived experience. Ask any coach, scout, or player, if there's one guy you don't want to see across from you in a must-win game, it's still Curry. That's why, in 2025, the NBA still crowns him the best American player alive.